Hi, Catherine. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. How are you today? I just like to make a quick explanation. I don't know that I've read for you before, but I read for so many. I'm not sure. But anyway, I see, hear, feel, sense, know, and a little taste and smell, so I have pretty much all the senses. Some just have one or two. Anyway, this is not an exact science. They will show me, they talk to me, but they also will show me pictures, and I have to describe the pictures. I call it spiritual charades, and try to describe the picture well enough that I get the message. There's always a message. They never waste their energy. And so I hope I describe it well enough that you understand what they are trying to show. Names, I don't get names exact. So if I say John, it'll be a male with a J or a J-O name. So yeah, kind of got to stretch it outside the box. It's just the way we communicate. I forgot where I was going. Got distracted. Oops, squirrel, I'm gone. If you only knew what goes on inside this head. So he's showing himself. He's walking through a field. I don't know yet, or if he's going to show me if this is just any random field or if there's a reason for this, because I don't see anything else except a field with tall grass, weeds, whatever, and trees in the background. No buildings. I don't see a road, at least not yet. I feel like I'm standing on a road watching, and there's a fence in between us. There's a dog running beside him. Excuse me. Did he used to bird hunt? It looks like some type of a pointer. I hear German short hair. I had a German short hair, so maybe I'm associating bird hunting with my German short hair. That's possible. I don't make things fit. They either there or they're not. It just is what it is. They know what we need to hear. Maybe not always what we want to hear. Oh, he's still walking through this tall grass. Ooh, I remember doing this. I haven't done it for a long time. Loved it, but it can be tiring. Okay, he's still walking. I actually see what looks like a pheasant flying by as he raises his gun. So I guess he's making it clear that he's bird hunting. Now he turns around and he pulls a pocket watch out of his pocket. And I'm talking about a pocket watch with a long chain. It has the cover on it, you know, that you flip open to look at the time. He's saying grandfather, so this is possibly something that his grandfather had, or your grandfather, I'm not sure. He wants to tell you to get out and enjoy the fresh air. Don't know that he's particularly talking about bird hunting, but he's showing me the feeling of smelling the fresh air, being away from the hubbub of the city and the noise and the fumes and just relaxing. He says you go take a walk. Watch out for the snakes. As he shows me what looks like a black snake crawling along. Ah. Tires. He's talking about tires. Tires like on a car. Did you just recently have a flat tire? Or maybe you're going to. Anything that they say, if you don't remember it this time, sometimes you'll remember it later. A family member will will know about it and validate it. That's been happening a lot more lately in my readings. He's talking about a flat tire. You need to get new tires, or you just got new tires? He says, I can hear you. I can. Man, there's a certain smell that you smell once in a while, just randomly out of the blue, that makes you think of him. And in your mind, you say, I love you, Dad. So that is a sign from him, and that is what you need to do. Acknowledge the signs, you'll get more. The more that they know that you're recognizing the signs that they're trying to send you, the more signs you'll get. It works out pretty cool once you let them know, hey, I got it. And then it's like game on. He's mentioning cinnamon rolls and the smell of cinnamon rolls. That'll be another smell. You smell those cinnamon rolls. That'll be another sign from your dad. So it's not like somebody has to actually be cooking a cinnamon roll. I used to wake up every morning and smell chocolate chip cookies before anything was even going in my house. Never did figure out who was sending me that smell. So you can smell it in your car, in the store, outside, doesn't matter. It'll be a sign. Now he's mentioning coffee and cinnamon rolls. Sitting in the kitchen, reading a paper, coffee, and he's making the cinnamon roll kind of come at me real big. Okay. Oh man, I wish I could get a picture when these things happen. Okay, I don't know what is blowing. You can hear my chimes going like crazy. It might be off a cottonwood tree, but I think it's too early for them to be shooting their stuff out, but maybe not. But I had my back door cracked open, and this little white puff, it wasn't a feather, but it looked kind of like a feather, and it came floating in my back door, and it floated along, and then it went on into my kitchen, which my kitchen door is right in front of me, and it went on into my kitchen, and slowly kind of drifted down. I don't know if I could find it on the floor, and I'm not going to take the time to do it, but it's just a little white puff of, so a feather could work the same, or it may be a little puff like that. That will be another sign that he's around. I've actually had them where, since I can see them, I've actually had things like that when I'm sitting in a random place, and I've actually seen them put their finger under it, and it actually hovered around like right in front of me, and it actually went back up a little bit, and then eventually went down, which I was outside, but I could see that they were taking their finger and going like this. So watch for those. You'll find random white feathers or little white puffs, and like I can walk through my dining room 10 times, and then all of a sudden there's a feather there. It's like, where did that come from? So anyway, that's another sign. Talking about houses. Houses. Houses like you live in. What about them? He just keeps saying houses. He's not saying why he's saying that. Sometimes they just throw out words. But it's not for me to understand, it's for you to understand. He's talking about Happy's Garage. At least that's the way I hear it. Happy's, Happy, apostrophe S, Garage. First I thought he was going to talk about a diner or a little... He's saying Happy's Garage, but I'm feeling like it's a food place. So, hope you understand that. So now he's saying he's proud of the strength that you have now. He's proud of how strong you are. And he said he knows part of that is because he left so long ago and you were so much younger that you had to be stronger because he wasn't there to back you up. He said, I'm there to back you up more than you know. Okay, he's showing, actually coming up beside you. I don't know how I can display this. Coming up beside you and putting his arm, God dang it, how am I going to do this? I don't know. Like putting his arm under your arm and kind of holding you up from like armpit area, kind of, you know. Do it again. Like lifting you up, helping you with strength. So you may feel that once in a while. I've never seen him do it that way. Underneath in here, it'll be like, it'll get really warm. It'll tingle. It might feel like bugs crawling. It might feel like there's a hair there that you can't get off. Goosebumps, something along that line. And he says you might feel some warmth down the side of your body too, because when his energy, I don't know for sure how his energy will affect you when he gets that close, but he said when his energy gets closer, you might feel it even further. And it won't feel like his arm actually going under there. It'll be his energy. And he says he's done that to you many times. He's tried to help pick you up when things got rough. Glasses. He's talking about eyeglasses. He says, I don't need them. So I don't know, maybe somebody recently got some glasses or getting ready to go get some glasses, or they don't fit right, or he's acknowledging something about glasses. And I don't make my readings all about validations, because to me that's some medium patting themselves on the back going, hey, look, I can get all this information. This is about him talking to you, giving you messages. He comes up behind you. He's doing it to me right now, and like brushes through your hair, like kind of quick. Like I think it'll probably feel more like wind to you, but it's kind of sideways, woof, through your hair, through the back of your hair. He says you worry too much. You need to stop worrying about things that you cannot control, because it's not going to make it any better. It's just going to make you sick at your stomach. Ooh, that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, he comes over and taps me on the head. He says, "You too." Kind of thumped. He's taking his pants. He's pulling them way up. Is it Urkel that used to do that? He's pulling his pants way up where they're really tight in the crotch. He says, "Put your big girl panties on." He says, "You got them. You got balls. Don't be afraid to use them." He said, "What?" He says, "Fuck them if they don't like what you say. Say it anyway." He's still got his pants pulled way up, and they're kind of slacks, and they have well, they have a belt around him, but he looks comical. Okay, then he was showing a sunflower. Showing a sunflower. That'll be another sign. He's given, sometimes they don't give but maybe one sign. He's giving you several signs. Sunflowers, when you see one. Okay, he says when you see one, okay, could be on a billboard, could be driving down the street, could be on a bumper sticker, could be on the side of a store. When you see one, on this one, he says there will be something else right there that reminds you of him. It'll be two validations. It'll be the sunflower, and then there will be something. Mine is usually a vehicle like Bob's drives by at the same time, because I'm not sure if that's a sign, and then a vehicle like his. We only have one or two vehicles that were like Bob's, and I see this one all the time. It's the exact moment that I need it. So could be you might what's his name, Russell, and that's probably not likely to see that name, but sometimes you'll see the name. Usually, not always, but a lot of times there'll be two validations. So anyway, with the sunflower, he's saying most of the time there'll be another validation that's from him. Tell him, "Thank you, I see it, I love you, bring me more." And he says, "Talk to him, he can hear you." I try to stress this to every single person. They can hear you, they can see you. You just can't hear them. So they send you these signs to try to let you know, yes, I am here, I can help you. They can actually put things in your path and people in your path. So ask them. You have to ask and you have to allow. So asking for help with things that he was good at when he was here. And he's talking about flooding. I don't know what part of the country you live in. It's flooding. I live in Kansas, and it's flooding in my area. Our bridge is shut down. Our bridge that goes over the river is shut down again, which is a pain in the butt. But I don't believe he's talking about here. He's either talking about something that's currently happening in your area or somebody close to you, or this is a memory of some kind. I can't tell. He's not saying for sure to let me know. He says he's sorry he had to leave so soon, but it's the way it was supposed to be. And look how strong you became because of it. And I know he already said something like this. So he's stressing this point. Look at the woman you become because of those things that happened back then. And you obviously had a great male figure that stepped into your life after he was gone, that he's very happy that they did. That they gave you support and strength. Okay, so he's holding up Gypsy. He says, I have your baby. Your baby is fine. Sometimes, he's saying, sometimes you hear Gypsy's toenails clicking on your floor. Know that that is Gypsy letting you know that she's still there, that she's still with you, that she still loves you. But he wants you to know that she's safe with him. And did she also have some kind of a weird little snort? You're going to hear that too. And usually, it might happen when you're in the same room. It seems like most of the time when you hear these things, it's like it happens just around the corner from you. It's like, you know, and it won't be very loud. Well, usually it isn't very loud. You'll hear this little snort and the clicking of toenails. So when you hear that, tell Gypsy, thank you, I love you, come back and see me, bring me more. One of her toys or something that she really liked to have around her is going to move. And it might be, depends on how heavy it is. You know, they don't have hands or mouths or whatever to move things, so they have to use their energy. So if it's very heavy, it might just move a little bit. If it's something real light, a lot of times they can move it from room to room to room. I've seen them hide people's remotes all the time. They'll end up in the other room. Some can do it. Both of them want you to know that she's okay and that she's happy and she's well and well taken care of. And Gypsy actually says she gets to eat all the kibbles that she wants now. And you did fine by what you did at the end of her life. Actually, I hear your dad say, perfect. Did you have her cremated? Is she somewhere in your house? I was just looking at your questions. So you had I asked him if he hid any money in the wall. He said no. He says, hell no. And he's laughing. He says no. He says he didn't hide money in the wall. But he did hide money behind something, like a picture. He's shown me a picture on the wall, like a picture, or maybe the picture's on a dresser, but he's showing it on the wall, like he put something back there. He says there was a few things found after he left. He said he did hear you when you told him you loved him, and he still hears you when you tell him you love him. Go back to they can hear you. They can hear you, they can see you. A switch. He's talking about a switch, and I think he's not talking about a light switch. He's talking about a switch like cutting a switch off a tree and whacking somebody on the butt. He's mentioning, I don't know if it's a person's name or place, Jericho. Jericho, like Jericho. And if it's a name, remember, stretch it outside the box. I don't get those exact usually. Keep anything in mind that doesn't make sense now. Like one time I told a lady, he showed me a blue flatbed truck, and she saw it the next day and actually got a picture of it and sent it to me. It pulled right out in front of her. He says, please just be happy with your life. Make the most of it. You'll have plenty of time to be up here with me. Don't make your life too stressful. Sometimes you just gotta kick some shit to the side, he says. Just find your happy spot. It says you're in a happy spot, but you're not quite in your happy spot. Tell her what. He wants me to tell you to do what makes your heart sing. Don't get to the end of your life and have the regret. There was something you always wanted to do. Do it now, he says. Do it now. The money will come. Now he's mentioned a little one. It's a boy, and was tousling its hair down here, but then he's showing that this one's grown up. I don't know how old grown up. He's just saying he's watched this one grow up. Mighty proud of him, he is. Chip off the old block. Does somebody have his name, maybe even as a middle name? Now he's bending down, and he says, always give thanks and be grateful for what you have, because you have enough. You have more than others. Be grateful. He says gratitude will get you a long, long way, and it will bring you peace. He said, it doesn't mean you can't try for more. Just be grateful for what you have at this moment, because you've got all that you need at this moment. You may want, but you have what you need. He's showing a steak about this freaking big. He says, you may want one that big and think you can't spend the money on it. He says, we always want more. Ain't that the truth? He's waving. He's showing a cake with one candle, so I'm just going to assume that means a birthday cake. It could mean that somebody's turning one, but he's showing a birthday cake. So he's acknowledging a birthday that either just happened or just getting ready to happen. And I feel like it's coming up because as he's walking away, like towards it. Now he's walking away from the cake. I don't know. Now that spiritual charade's got to figure it out. Sometimes if they don't seem to talk and do the pictures at the same time. I don't know why. He's throwing back little hearts that are floating back towards you. He said he sends his love all the time. And he's always popping in. He says he pops in on an Aunt Mildred. Don't forget, that name may not be right. I gotta quit saying that. I'm probably making it worse by saying that, putting that energy out there all the time. Anyway, an aunt starts with an M. He checks in on her. He says, I love you and know that I'm always around. I'm this far away. I can't click my fingers very well. This far away. All you have to do is ask for me. Okay, he's leaving, and now Gypsy's on the ground, and she's following him. She's kind of waddling. She's making a point of showing her butt wiggling as she walks. Okay, they're gone. So I hope you got a few validations from here. Don't forget the signs. Keep an eye out for them. They'll be around. And Gypsy's going to leave her signs too. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for being patient with me through all my hiccups the last week or two. Darn computer anyway. Anyway, see you later. Thank you for trusting me with your loved one. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Much love to you.